Hello and welcome to the 50th show. The 50th show of Get Out of Rap TV. I thought I would dress up for the occasion. Unfortunately, when you have a big bullhead like mine, the top hat doesn't quite work. So um, I cannot thank you enough for sticking with me all the way through 50 shows. Now, I'm hoping that you are all here. Oh, new VT, yes, to celebrate the 50th show. Here he is, Mr. Ben. Oh, I used to love Mr. Ben. It's great to see you all. Danny and Chris, thanks so much for being here. It's the 50th one. Um, because I'm a geek, I counted how many. If you order Abraham Lincoln off Wish, that is a cracker. Um, good morning, Rob. Good morning, my friend. Thank you for your post this morning as well. Sir Chris of the Royal Troon. Good morning, sir. Peter's here. Hello, hello. Lord Teasdale, thank you, Nick, addressing me by my proper title. Happy 50th Gal Live. I know, mate. It's unbelievable, isn't it? That I've kept going this long. I think my t shirt says it all. Choose the path of most resistance. Morning, Darren. Hello, sir. How are you? Uh, Giving Scrooge of the contact center vibes. Yes, I am. Good day, sir. Good day, Beth. Beth, a superstar from the TLC. There she is, Raymondo. It wouldn't be a show without Bev. Um, just back from directing trains in Sodor. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Scott, congrats on 50 episodes, Martin. Here's to many more. Yeah, I'm not stopping. I am not stopping. Congrats on the 50th episode. Awesome. Thank you, Darren. I appreciate that. I really do. It's time to lose the hat, I think. Um, Darren is here. Good morning, Darren. Yeah, Danny's already been cracking some good ones. Now, to start with, oh, look. See, that's how big my head is. Can't fit normal hats on. So to start with, as we hit 50, and it's definitely our show together. I'm just a facilitator. But what are your thoughts on this show? I'm not looking for just everybody to say, "Oh, it's great." What do you think we need to do in the next 50? Other than keep going? Yes, Barry's here, the pop-up pirate. He's disappearing before our very eyes, and he's running 5K every day at the moment. Many happy return episodes. Thank you, Rob. You are a legend. Morning, happy 50th. Keep the hat. Yeah. I will get the hat back on. Uh, Dave's here. Good morning. So good to have seen so many people on here in person over the last couple of weeks. Very, very true, Dave. So, um, what are your thoughts on this show at 50? I think I've done this before and then ignored all the comments, but it would be good to get your thoughts. More dancing. That can be arranged. I love how it's evolved. Early days was all passion. Now it's all passion and content and a great community. Superb work. Thank you very much, Danny. Thanks very much. Yeah, I was light on substance at the start. Happy birthday, GOW TV. I know 50 today. I won't be too far behind, actually, early next year, which is a sobering thought. So what would you like to see? We've got more dancing. Put the hat back on. Uh, as Danny hit the nail on the head, the word evolve. How would you like to see this show evolve? Because it's very much based on you. I went through an episode once where none of your comments came up. Oh, and if your comments are not showing, please just apparently, if you refresh the whole LinkedIn feed, then your comments should show for me, because they're not. Sometimes I know I feel really bad, but if I don't put one of your comments on the screen, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because it's not coming up on my feed via StreamYard, which is the service that I use. Thank you very much, Pete. Another superstar of the team leader community, adding so much value straight away. Talking of adding value and team leader community superstars, Darren, director of CS and CX, who is available and is amazing. So Darren says, it's fantastic for bringing together so many awesome people from our industry, and I always take something away from it. Plus, I've made some great new connections as a result. So, winner for me. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. The comment thread doesn't move for me. I only see others' comments. If I comment, then it pauses again. It's a pain. That I have fed all this back to LinkedIn. They're like, who is this guy? So let's hope that they start to increase and improve the connection between the two, because it's your comments that make this show what it is, and I absolutely appreciate it. Chris says a solid 7.5 out of 10. How about having a guest on from time to time? I'm sure you won't be short of volunteers. That's a great shout, Chris. And 7.5 out of 10 is my, if there was scores done for football Sunday league, that's what I am always. 7, 6, 7, sometimes an 8, but dependable. It's literally appointment TV. Oh, thank you. The same thing on the comments. That is a shame. If the resident Go IT can't fix it, there's no hope. I know. I haven't seen that on your LinkedIn profile, though, Danny. I refer everyone to you. You should own it. And yes, same user experience as Danny. Okay. So I will do something about that. I will moan. I'm just going to moan. Now, it is apt that this is the 50th show, because thanks to some lovely people in our industry, whilst I am solo and self-employed, many of you here, all of you here, in fact, have helped me. And I've taken some advice and started putting myself out there a bit more. And I'm really, oh, hold on. The more you do, the more we grow. Love the way GOW TV has grown over time, and amazing to be part of and continue to watch it grow. Yes, thank you so much, Barry, and you're a massive part of this. Yes, I have to refresh to see all the latest comments. Annoying. What? That's. I'm awaiting certification. Wait for the flare post. Okay, I will be looking out of my window. So yes, as I said, we're going into 2024. It is difficult doing this on my own, but another one. I keep getting a failed to post comment issue. Now that is a shame, because we all value your comments, Pete. That sounded sarcastic. It 100% was not. You know how much I could just sit and listen to you talk all day. So I have a couple of announcements. I am buzzing to share this with you, because it means we will be able to do another 50 shows. I'm really excited to announce that's right. I am partnering up with a Value Agent. They are my first gold partner for 2024. I'm really looking forward to working with you, Chris, for Jamie, Michelle, Nicola, Will. We've been having some great chats, and we have some exciting stuff planned for 2024. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. But that isn't the end of the good news. This year, I would say one of my highlights has been spending time with the people at DDC. Chrissy is a legend. Jade, Joe, all of the team leaders up there. I spent 2 great days up there. I've done their DDC discusses, I think, has really pushed the boundaries of connecting the academic world to the contact center world. And it's one of those ideas that you think, God, that's brilliant, and it's so obvious. But their sessions, DDC discusses, have been enlightening, illuminating, and truly insightful. So I am really pleased to say I am partnering up with DDC Outsourcing. They are a platinum partner of Get Out of Rap as we go into 2024. I can't wait to carry on kind of working on what we've done already. Those guys are great. So with a Value Agent and DDC, I'm very, very lucky. In addition to my existing partners, the Forum, Sabio, BPA Quality, Green Bean. I couldn't do anything I do without you. So I am truly, truly grateful. Okay. What is great for me is seeing the first next to most of the people commenting, showing how my network has grown through GOW over the last year. Thank you, Scott. That's great. Congratulations, well deserved. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. I really do. In an effort to share and collaborate, I'm looking to set up remote coffee breaks for the next 2 weeks. So everybody's welcome to book a slot on my Calendly, says Dave. This will be so much fun. Yes, it will, Chris. I'm really looking forward to it. We'll get more time than we had at the expo, but doing your agent summit, we got a chance to share. Your session was brilliant. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. Look, everybody. It's Slam Duggan. Slam Duggan is back. You can never leave this industry, Phil, can you? Phil is forging his own career in marketing. He's doing some great, great stuff. I know it's not necessarily our industry, right, Phil? But it's just brilliant to look at. So, Phil, it's great to see you. Thanks for making time, buddy. Luca here. Hello, Luca. Luca, BPO team manager, also available. Very knowledgeable, very experienced, great guy. Effort to share. Not sure who Tom is. We'll find out. Sounds like there can't be many places available for partners. How does a company partner with you? We should know this. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, this is where I'm not great, and I need your help and Bev's help. So yes, there are some limited partnership spaces available. I am in discussions with a few people. I have some meetings today, actually. But I don't want to be like a NASCAR driver. I want to work with people who are truly passionate about sharing the good word of our industry and adding value to people over and above the norm, over and above just, the things that frustrate you when you download a white paper and things like that. For example, with a Value Agent, if you take one of their demos and you say Martin from Get Out of Rap sent you, and you go through one of their demos, they will give you 3 free spaces in the team leader community for a year, which is brilliant. It's that kind of value add and interesting stuff that I'm really interested in. So yes, there are partnership spots available, not many. All you have to do is send me a message on LinkedIn, and we will start chatting. Thank you, Rob. Okay, I think there is a huge opportunity when considering the number of industry experts who are part of this community. What problems or challenges are we personally facing in our daily roles that we are willing, permitted to share, and what advice can the experts provide? I know we collectively discuss the analyst feedback, but those issues may not necessarily align with the obstacles people on this call are facing. That's a great shout, Darren. More than happy to facilitate that. Yes, Slam Duggan does some great stuff on basketball as well, following is it the Newcastle Falcons? I know you had a good win the other day, Slam. Look, you can take the lad out the contact center, but not the contact center out the lad. How cool is that? That's great. It's great to see you again. Maybe you could look to have a community section on the show where TLs from the community come on. That would be great. Gal Squid Games. Just be my massive head with laser beams. You all get to run. I wouldn't shoot you there. It'd be paintball. What's wrong with NASCAR? Nothing's wrong with it. I just, I just meant the driving stuff. All the sponsors are they're covered. You just read them rather than listen to them. Free TLC membership. Amazeballs. Well done, Evaluagent. Eagles. Sorry, Phil. I was close. Falcons is rugby. So the Newcastle Falcons. At least I know that you had a great win the other day, thanks to your socials. Now, in terms of yes, indeed, well done, Evaluagent. In terms of giveaways, some of you have already qualified, but if you have commented today, and I'm not going to do it today because it will take too long and you will be watching me type. Look at that picture, Chris. You did that on purpose, by the way. That wasn't me. But thank you to all of my models we have up there, modeling the Get Out of Rap hoodies, available in all sizes, available in 9 colors now because light pink has been added. What I'm going to do, if you have added a comment into the feed, don't worry if I haven't seen it. I will go and check on LinkedIn. I'm not mugging you off again. I just thought I'd put you front and center. Oh dear. Yeah, if you have added a comment, I will do a draw, which I will film and then add to LinkedIn. And one of you can win a hoodie. So if you haven't added a comment, then please do. And it means that you qualify for the 50th show hoodie giveaway. I will give you a hoodie for free. All you have to do is drop a comment, and I will spin a wheel later on today, and then you will get a chance to win. I'll film it as well. Okay, here we go. So we have, I need to sort mine out, Amanda. Hello, good to see you. Well, now that you've added this, then you might you might win. I was just laughing. Chris Rainsford in his natural state. We love you, Chris. When do we get our modeling fees? Well, that's after the naked shoot, Barry. According to the pic, 7 out of 10 people are happy about their hoodie. Uh, I think that's the modeling for the others, Danny. Um, okay, this is Dave doing some. He's got some entries into Contact Center World Awards. Thanks, Dave. Okay, what a photo. Yes, Jordan, what a photo. Chris, look at the state of that. I love it. I absolutely love it. So yes, if you haven't already added a Gal Naked 2024 calendar. I think the deal with that one, Rob, would be if you don't you have to spend money on it for us not to publish it. Yeah, that's the deal. Um, thought that was one just private shoot for us. Well, you signed the form, Barry, is all I'm saying. Okay. It's tasteful, tastefully done. So if you would like to win a hoodie, please let me know. Now then, the part that I really enjoy is getting your comments. So we are heading into oh god, I'm definitely not up for that. Well, you might not have a choice, Darren. So we heading into 2024. Are we still going to have the same challenges around retention, attracting talent? So my question for the day is, what does best in class onboarding look like for our new starts into the industry? So, what does best in class onboarding look like for you guys? What are some of the things that you think should be happening when we're looking to attract talent? Pete Dunn, wind your neck in. I'm a sexy man, obviously. I agree. That's real motivation for going to the gym. Yeah, your New Year's resolution. So, when we think about onboarding, getting people into our industry, once we've got them in, what do we need to do? Now, hang on 1 second. Uh, Thanks very much. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, hello. Sorry. Okay. What does best in class onboarding look like for our new starts into the industry? Danny is kicking us off first. Do we even know what it is we're looking for? Do we know what talent actually is? That is a great shout, and I think let's narrow it down on this one to our customer facing team members or advisors. So Pete says dedicated mentor or buddy. I love that. It makes a big difference. Nick, personalized, engaging, regular communication, two-way dialogue. Yeah, couldn't agree more. I think that personalized point is really good, Nick. Really good. Okay, Rob says induction. Whatever it looks like, whatever it includes, it absolutely has to meet the expectation you set with new starters. Um, so often we simply replace like for like. We look at the existing job description or the person leaving, then try and fill that hole. We really need to look at what the future success looks like, then develop talent to that model. That's a great point, Danny. I don't know about you. Have you ever gone through an exercise when you review job descriptions? I know Pete, me and you did, didn't we? Um, and the job description very rarely reflects what the actual reality is. So, and then if you're using the existing job description and go, "Oh, just get me somebody that can do this," you're compounding the error. We need to make offers that speak to more than just the financial needs of potential hires. What a great point, Amanda. What a great point. Um, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? That people, of course, need to know the financial details, but they need so much more than that as well. Pete says training that explains the industry and is focused on supporting people tapping into their social skills, not weeks of how to stare at processes, click buttons, and signing HR forms. So true. You don't want to bore people from the start, do you? Clear training induction program scheduled from day one so people know what to expect. Darren, that's a great point. Barry says human first, not just questions we need as a business, but what does the candidate want and need? Why should they want to work for us? Regular communication prior to day one. New starts should not be turning up on the first day with no clue as to what to expect or what's involved. Exactly. And I think that is exactly what a couple of others have said, Chris, as well, isn't it? That kind of let's have some clear guidance, expectations being managed right from the start. Phil, when Rob talks about expectations of new starters, the induction needs to match up with the experience on the floor. Otherwise, the attrition problem won't go away anytime soon. Phil, great point. And that reminds me of a phrase. I don't know if everyone's heard this one. It's kind of join the army, see the world. And I think it was a cartoon when someone's in a trench getting shot at. The advert says, join up, go and see the world. It'll be brilliant. This, of course, buyer beware. But this guy's joined up, doesn't realize he's going to get shot at. And that's about kind of aligning those expectations, right? Darren says, agree. Always review the job spec when hiring, as CX is a constantly evolving landscape, especially in digital first or scaling contact centers. Training that is catered for different learning styles. What a good point, David, and good to see you. The whole end-to-end needs to be consistent. The proposition, the training, the support, ongoing coaching and development need to align, then deliver against it. and be honest with people. The industry is hard, harder in some places. Let's make that clear to reduce job shock. I love that. Um, we need to answer why I'm here, says Danny, instead of what am I doing. Most onboarding focuses on buttons and processes to do the job, and not enough on why the organization does what it does. That's great. If you can start to tell people straight away and start to tell those stories around our customers benefit because of what you do, and this is how they benefit, that's got to make a big difference. Every new starter is different. Map individual skill gaps from day one and tailor support to their needs. So true. Um, Agree with Chris. Conversations ahead of a start date. I've often got them to jump on a Zoom Teams to meet a couple of people they'll be buddied with or meeting on day one, so they feel more comfortable day one. That's great. Removing the fear factor. Oh, a friendly face. I recognize you because we chatted last week. That's brilliant. Onboarding starts from the day they sign the contract, not just the first day they walk through the office doors. The experience an agent has can be impacted during the waiting time till the start of the day, till during the waiting time till start day. Yeah, that's great, Nick. That is a really good point. David says, at a previous role, all hires, including our agents, had a session with our founder so that they understood the aims and vision of the company, really helped to create buy-in. Yeah, I think that's really important. The presence of, I mean, a founder is great, David, but the presence of someone from senior leadership, I think makes a difference. You know, I'm not necessarily a hierarchical person, but the senior leadership team making an investment in new starts, coming in the room, getting to know them, and explaining what the company stands for, kind of verbalizing and demonstrating real passion. Beverly, ooh, a left turn, another left turn, left turn. Yep, let's do a left turn. I've, I'm lost there, Danny. Is Bev's comments not showing up? That would be a travesty. Um, Phil says, love the point on learning styles. So many people will have their training fail because the induction wasn't flexible enough to meet their needs. Could be an absolutely amazing agent, but because they couldn't focus in training, they're a non starter. Needs investment in either profiling agents and tailoring to their needs, or in technology to make it easier for agents and trainers to deliver inductions more inclusively. That is brilliant. Hi Zoe. Pre-onboarding, high touch between the time of accepting the offer and the start date. Yeah, that's great. Um, we tend to think of onboarding for junior roles. It's equally important to get it right for all through the organization. That's really true. I think both at the both for kind of entry into our industry, but also at the senior level, sometimes things are just forgotten, and you're like, right, just get on with it. Shadowing opportunities allow new agents to shadow experienced ones to observe best practice. And again, that's a great point. I think Luca, is that you? Around kind of shadowing, but with a purpose. So it's not just dumped on the person either, because you could see, I can remember being a new start and seeing somebody's eyes roll. They went, oh, can Martin sit with you for a bit? Oh, yeah, they didn't even know me. I would accept it if they knew me. That left turn comment was 20 minutes ago when Bev mentioned NASCAR. Oh, you two. I see. Model, noun. A small replica of the real thing. Oh, Danny, you're great. Cultural immersion, educate on company values, culture, and how they relate to customer service. Amanda says, Phil, spot on. Learning styles, 100%, especially considering neurodiverse requirements. That's great. Our greater understanding of neurodiversity and people's idiosyncrasies is brilliant, but only if we act on them and make allowances and making sure everything we do is accessible. I'd argue that onboarding applies for inter-role moves too. That's great. The move from advisor to TL is a big jump, and we often just say, congratulations on the new job, see ya, as we're kicking them into the deep end. That's why the team leader community can help, Danny. Thank you. You rack them up, I'll knock them down. Loving all the early interaction before joining day comments. Early shadowing as well, says Barry. Zoe loves Danny's comment. Quick off the mark, Danny. Bev is getting her weapons ready, I can tell. Keaton, hello. Keaton, focus on the end-to-end colleague experience, including the colleagues that were not successful. That's great. Hashtag make it personal. And Keaton knows his stuff. Letting the team know about the new colleagues joining early, give them the chance to be ready to welcome the new team members. So true. The magic weekend. That's right. Friday, you're an advisor. Good news, you've got the job. Monday, you're a team leader. Magically, over the weekend, you've developed all the emotional intelligence skills you need to lead 15 human beings staring at you. Yes, Phil. I'm glad you brought that one up. And I don't think anyone from Green Bean is on, Sarah or Julie. But Chris, I think you've been working with them on something, the grow model, not coaching grow, but the grow model that is aimed at kind of that pre-joining period to give people exposure to what our job is about. And I think there were some comments earlier about giving people warts and all. You know, here's the great things about us. And we do this all together. But here are some of the things that you're going to get challenged by. We will support you, but these are the things, right? And I'm sure you guys have been doing something on that. As usual, I think if anyone was thinking about onboarding, they'd only need to go through the comments and pick out all of the great points you've made. Grow model should be the GOW model. Yeah. I think just through repetition, GOW, it's going to get out there more and more. Thank you, Danny. So yeah, I think again your comments are all brilliant. Now we are going to get to a part I know you all like. It's better than me just waffling on. Here we go. This is a good one from Rob. Excuse me. Avoid surprises. So true. If there's key stuff, you don't want people finding out after they've joined. I have to be in the office 4 days a week. No one told me that. Be honest ahead of them joining what the role is and a day in the life of. Yeah, I love a Delo. You need to make sure they understand what will be asked of them and what a typical day looks like. Removes that surprise if it's not quite what they expected. Go sounds like a Brummie starting a race. Go! Oh, yeah. That's brilliant. Okay, so the next part of the show is one of our favorites. We're going to be doing our read along. It's the read along. So we are up to page 72 of the Customer Experience Decision Makers Guide for 2023. Steve Morrell from Contact Babel is going to come on and do a podcast ahead of the 2024 Contact Center Decision Makers Guide that we've already gone through. He's going to come in and share some early insight, and he started to share some on LinkedIn, but he will be coming on to do a podcast. Let's start with this. Would your customer base prefer to speak with a person or use automation if the outcome were the same? Dark green, a large majority would prefer human. Light green, slight majority would prefer human. Yellow is an even split. Light blue, slight majority would prefer automation. And dark blue is a large majority would prefer automation. And you can see the two columns there. One is B2B, one is B2C. Here we go. Sorry, this is getting ready for opportunities for work, grow, modularized training to support people joining the industry. Really important step forward in attracting and retaining people into the industry. Green Bean doing some great work. Thank you, Chris. Getting ready for opportunities for work. Um, Run the VT. Yeah, it's good to have you back, Phil. Danny in dad joke pole position this morning. Yes, he is. He's on fire. Steve Morell, a legend. Yes, he is. We get a lot from what he does. So, what are our thoughts on this? Is it a surprise? Would your customer base prefer to speak with a person or use automation if the outcome were the same? I will just stop the glitter for now. We've celebrated enough. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts? Would your does this ring true for you? What do you think? Or does it just are you not surprised? There is a key difference, isn't there, with B2B, far more comfortable or preference even from other B2B customers of theirs, quite happy to deal with automation, maybe even prefer it. Um, Darren says, would love to see what demographics were in each of those buckets in B2C. Let me just see. Okay, well, let's move on then based on that because the next customer preference to speak with a person or use self-service if the outcome and time were identical. And Darren, the next one was by age. So that demographic is you can see the dark green, speak to a person. Yellow is have no preference. And the dark blue is use self-service, and you see they've got 16 up to 65 plus, and the final column on the right is the average with 72% preferring to speak to a person, 14% have no preference, and 13% use self-service. Rob says the B2B versus B2C difference is expected. Didn't realize B2C would be so focused on human. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, Rob? For me, it's an impossible question. It's hypothetical because we don't always get it right via any channel. So the response is completely subjective. It's like asking if we gave every household a pet leopard, would burglaries go down? Um, the deaths would go up. So anything jump out? The 35 to 44 year olds, I can't believe I don't fall into that group anymore, but let's not linger on that. Only 59% with a preference to speak to a person. I say only. It's the lowest of all of the age groups. I wonder why that is. They're just tired. Just no preference is highest as well. So if you're 35 to 44, you're just tired of this stuff. I don't care. Yeah, surprised that some of the younger demographics still preferring to call human contact. Is that because self-service is still not good enough? It's interesting, isn't it? Says that's from Darren. Thank you, Darren. Pete says, interesting view. Would your customer prefer? How accurate is the response from contact centers? I think people would prefer not to contact about issues at all, but go for a channel with lowest resolution times, not a preferred channel. Very, very true. Um, or does self-service just have a bad rep? It's interesting. It has a bad rep if it doesn't work, isn't it, Darren? I my own preference is I will try and do self-serve first because I think it's quicker, which kind of relates to Pete's point, right? Bev says 35 to 44. They have no time. That's true. Which might account, I guess, if we're making the 65 plus, they have more time because they want to talk. They can talk. I mean, older demographics cool because they like it. Young people do it because the alternatives are seen as worse. Very, very true. Very true. Now the next one is a little bit of a change. I really learned something reading this. Have you ever seen this? Wait a minute. Darren agrees with Bev. Have you ever seen this before? The customer interaction cube, where you've got complexity, emotion, and urgency. I'll just read you what it says. The customer interaction cube is a structure developed to categorize the different types of customer interactions that businesses have to handle, considering the urgency, complexity, and emotional input of the interaction from the customer's perspective. Businesses could use this to analyze their volumes of each type of interaction, cross referencing it with other variables such as the time of the day these types of interactions are received and the customer demographic preferences seen elsewhere in this report, in order to support the relevant channels through the promotion of alternative to live calls and the correct level of resourcing. Doing this will not only improve the customer experience, but also reduce the cost of service through anticipating the likely resourcing required and even proactively engaging with the customer on lower cost channels first. Using this 2x2x2 cube as a structure, there are 8 types of combination. What do we have you? I've never seen this before, so it was intriguing to me. Danny says there was an article in 2005, 2006 that BT did about self-serve. They found people prefer people. This year, a study found almost identical preferences. People do want stuff fixing, but they'd like the reassurance of a human voice to confirm and reassure. The study in science. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much. Can you say that again, please? No. No, I can't. Oh, Spencer. Sorry I'm late. Hi, Spencer. How are you doing? Me and Spencer had a video call yesterday about all things British Sign Language and lots of others. Did you know, for example, Google Meet allows you to put on captions that are generated live while you're on a meeting? And this kind of accessibility certainly got me thinking about the team leader community and also this type of format, about how I can be more accessible. So, Spencer, great to have you here. They could put an IVR message up there saying they're experiencing higher than usual demand. Yeah, much that was prevalent on last week's show, wasn't it? The 2x2 model is also used in stakeholder management strategy. It's a handy way to simplify how you should approach each segment. It does. I like something visual like this. Pete Dunn, he's coming back at you, Danny, with the jokes. He's coming back at you. So let's do one more. This then led to looking at kind of high emotion interactions. And the next part was consumers taking the survey. So this is customers were asked to imagine that a product they had ordered from a company had arrived but was incorrect. In this circumstance, they were asked which would be their preferred method for contacting the company to notify them that this was the case. So here we go. So they surveyed 1,000 customers. They were told, you've ordered something, it's incorrect. How would you prefer to contact the company? Again, split by age. And you have orange, website, self-service, mobile app. Green is ring the call center. Dark blue is visit the store office branch. Yellow is email. Light blue is web chat. Red is social media. And then my favorite group, no preference. So we have some differences here. The average is 6% would use the website self-service mobile app. They've ordered something, it's come, but it's wrong. 24% would want to ring the call center. 12% would visit a physical location. 32% would email. 32% would email. 16% would web chat. 4% would just get turn caps lock on, get straight on X, and start shouting. Actually, more of the youngsters would get on social media. They wouldn't be shouting; they'd be using it DMs, wouldn't they? I'm surprised at email. As is Rob. Email, really? Do we think email web chat written is prevalent due to trust and wanting a written history of the discussions? Yeah, good point. I emailed you. I've got a copy. Considering it is potentially urgent, I'm surprised that many want to email, says Darren. Yeah, that one did stick out, didn't it? Wow, email. Usually the slowest channel to get a response. And we've seen, haven't we, in another report that the SLAs around emails are days for most companies, or certainly a high proportion. But maybe Danny's right that it is that kind of I've got proof. I read 32% email exactly the same way as you. We're two peas in a pod. Email. I hate emailing as I don't expect to get a quick enough response in most cases. In this scenario, I can't help but thinking about Amazon. And if Amazon's got something wrong, I chat within the mobile app that leads to web chat. Spencer says, it's intriguing to see that email and call center usage is more prevalent than other forms of communication. However, does this statistic apply to everyone, including individuals with disabilities? Spencer, after our chat, I know I've still got to send you some stuff actually, but after our chat, one of the things that I did was email Steve Morrell around picking this kind of stuff up in his stats. You know, some of the numbers Spencer shared with me about people purely just are with hearing difficulties or could be classed as deaf. The numbers in the UK are huge. If you factor in anyone with a disability, we're talking millions and millions. So factoring this in as a group to reference, I think is really important, and that's that kind of inclusivity that Spencer is doing a great job on. I would definitely recommend getting in touch with Spencer to see how your company can benefit from his inclusion and accessibility training. That may indicate level of complexity, therefore coming through in an email channel. Yeah, and Day's SLA is even more frustrating. It's so true. Rob says customers don't know the SLAs. Talk about an experience about to get a whole lot worse. Yeah, that's true. If customers with urgent queries are on email, then perhaps we should be looking at investing to reduce that response time. We are customer centric, right? And that's kind of my point around SLAs. We seem to have got into this habit of saying, well, emails, we deal with them slower. Oh, yeah, okay. Why? We've got stats here now that show customers prefer to do emails if something's gone wrong. I've seen a few studies showing companies with automated mail ticketing are often reading, resolving, and responding faster than other channels as the issues are high emotion, but not necessarily high complexity. Really good point, Pete, and a good use of the cube straight away. I'm surprised social media is so low, between 16 and 34%. Yes, Pete, exactly. Another fascinating nearly hour spent with you, the 50th show. As you can see there, I am going to be giving away a hoodie for everyone that's commented. You are going to be entered. If you're watching and you haven't commented, this is your final chance. I put something together this morning. I wanted to do something to say, hold on, let me just pick these up. Knowing email is slow, it's something I've always focused on to ensure response times are not that long. Well done, Darren. You have to avoid getting into email tennis, though, as that takes even longer. Chris says high emotion drives a different behavior. To Danny's point, they may want a trail. In some cases, people want to get the emotion out of them, write an email, get the frustration out, and get on with their day. Once I've written the email, it's not my problem anymore. It's the company's. That kind of fire and forget, right? Yeah, so the 50th show, as have you all demonstrated today, it's thanks to you that I can do this. And now going into 2024, thanks to Evaluagent and DDC and the forum and BPA Quality, Green Bean. But for 2024, signed up already is Evaluagent and DDC. We can help you plan better for all channels. Just reach out to the forum team. Definitely recommend that. Chris and the team give their time willingly. They've helped me and people in the community loads. If you're not members of the forum, you absolutely should be. I managed to get a faster response over email than social media, chasing an issue of my lost contact lenses. Oh, okay. So, as a thank you, look, it's because of you guys, all of these smiling faces. And Chris, I do want to refer you to that is a lovely picture of you. I haven't mugged you off, but look at all the smiling faces up there, the various get out of rap formats. I can't thank you all enough. I will be doing the spinning wheel later on today, but you all absolutely make the show. Here's thank you for your ideas around um, dealing with challenges that you face as opposed to the stats in here, but also looking at bringing on guests. Maybe we have a round table. But yeah, thank you so much. Genuinely buzzing that the show I dropped on was the 50th. Huge well done. Proud of what you're building. Thank you, mate. Mine, on the other hand, I know, but Barry, you're about half the man now. You're about half the man. I need to get one of you. Although you are on the hoodie one, look. But again, weird angle. You've taken the picture from your waist, but you were trying to get the logo in. I appreciate that. Don't worry, we'll focus on Chris. Look. But look, thank you all so much. Actually got a little bit emotional when I put this together because I defy anyone to find a better industry. Look at all the smiling faces. It is something to celebrate, not necessarily the 50, but the fact that we are in an awesome industry with amazing people. So I never feel like I'm doing this on my own. My pick is 40% forehead. Oh, Spencer, thanks very much. You have got a chance to win another one. Going to get a new photographer for the naked shots, Barry. Yeah. And it's probably a good place to end as we're talking about naked photos. Thank you so much for sticking with me for 50 shows. Here is to another 50. There will be a Christmas special next week. So I do hope you can join me. See you all next Tuesday.